How many of you have been to one of my shows before? Thank you.
Hello. Today is the 30th of September. I did not have plans to see Lady Gaga tonight, but what have I gone and done? I have bought last minute floor seats, got myself ready. I just landed today. I was flying today from Jamaica. I've just been on like a 9-hour flight. I sat in the middle seat in economy, trying to sleep as much as I can. And now I am off to see Lady Gaga. I don't know if you remember from my Toronto vlog, I wanted to do a show with my fiance because I felt like it's a good show for like casual fans to see as well as super fans. So then I just got the idea in my head and now I've done it. Anyway, I will keep you posted with like videos and any cool things I see. We just got to the O2. James, how excited are you?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Look at this! Oh my god, our view is going to be amazing.
Beware, she says, her haunting tone, her restless speech. We both began to dance. To kill the king upon his throne, I'm ready for their stones. The category is dance or die. London, put your fucking paws up! Well, bring them down now. Hello, London. So down, put your paws up! And hold your turn. And now that we've been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart. Tonight, screaming for me, baby. We're perfect, but we still have fun.
If I come back 20 years from now, I'll come back sooner, but if I come back 20 years from now, will you come to see the show? I'll make it good. And then I'll just vanish into each and every one of you.
Monsters never die.
I've just got in, that was so good. Our seats ended up being like really, really close to the stage. Not close enough to get to the barrier, which I was actually kind of thankful for because it meant that like everyone to the left of me, probably most of those people had gone to the barrier. There were like 2 other people. So it meant that there was like kind of a space between me and the people sort of in front of me, which meant I wasn't stood like directly behind someone, which meant I had a better view of everything. If you've got more distance between yourself and the people in front of you, you can see everything a bit better. So I was very grateful for that. Gaga was amazing tonight. It's so nice to see the show up close. I feel very lucky. James's favourite part was Love Game. So there's a straight man opinion on the show for you. Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. I'm gonna check back in tomorrow. I just wanted to wrap up. Okay, I'm getting ready for London night 2. I have less than 40 minutes to try and get ready because I've just had a crazy day at work and I need to get the train at a certain point. So yeah, I'm just kind of crashing around trying to do what I can, but I think I'm going to try and do similar to the look that was done for me for the Viagogo shoot with like the fake bleach brow. I'm going to have my hair extensions in. My God, my head is everywhere right now. Let's see how much I can get done. Really, I've only got like half an hour. Let's see what I can get done. Pray for me. So I know I said I was going to do that bleach brow look. I just didn't have time to do it in the end. Honestly, doing bleach brows is really difficult. So I just did like this victory roll sort of look, put my extensions in and just did quick, pretty sort of semi-bridal looking simple makeup. And I think it was all I had time to do, but I honestly think this is all it needed. For, you know, the Abracadabra video, her makeup is quite simple, so I thought that would go well with this look. And considering I pulled this together in like 40 minutes, it's okay. I think I did a decent job. Night 2, we made it. I keep trying to get the thing on the screen, it keeps disappearing, but we're here. So tonight I'm Mayhem's bride and bestie. Who are you?
I'm Satan's whore, I think. One of them. Or I married the night, you know, we're married.
This is what happens when you marry the night.
Always.
And what happens when you marry the
Heaven?
light? Heaven.
Heavenly bodies.
Heaven. Anyway, tonight's going to be fun.
Have fun,
Still
kids.
waiting for Liz, but I will update with anything cool we see. I feel like we're going to bump into a lot of people tonight, so I'll keep doing updates.
Lots
and
of
fun things.
fans.
Oh no, I thought she was there. It's fine. Anyway,
She's gonna be here soon.
she'll
Bye.
be here soon. Bye. It's been a minute.
Do you want my
It's
light?
starting. It's starting. We'll see you on the other side.
Let's go.
The chaos in your heart will never cease. Love is just a history that they may prove. The category is dance or death.
You guys aren't ready. You're not ready for what's next. I need a sip of water.
What are you doing here in my fucking house? amazing fans in the UK for almost 20 years. And I would come here and I would work so hard. It was just always working on my music, and always so many fans would wait outside the hotel.
Because we love you!
Always.
We love you!
And I know it's 20 years later and I'm a little bit different now than I used to be, but I just want to tell you how much it meant to me that when I came here, I felt so seen by the people that live here. I was always like the theater girl, you know? But that meant that a lot of people like didn't understand my music or my art, and they were very confused, bemused. That's not a bad thing. It could be great, actually. But so, what a special thing to have, like, you know, your people that you can, your community. I can't give everybody in the audience the feeling that I have when I'm up here, because I don't know that I can do that. But the closest thing I think is maybe the feeling of community that you feel with each other while you're here. I feel that when I come on stage.
Love you! Love you!
And I'm just so very grateful for it. And I don't know quite how to thank you, but I thought I'd play a song that reminds me so much of the music that I love from here. And I played it the other night, and I decided I'm gonna play it again. This is not the first ballad I ever wrote. I wrote a lot of ballads before this, but this was the first ballad, other than, actually that's not true. There was a few on the thing. This is from, in honor of those fans that waited outside the hotel.
That's me! I did that!
When I left the hotel, I used to get so dressed up and I wear so many different wigs. And while, you know, some people would say, what is she doing? Why is she changing so much? What is she wearing? My fans, they loved my hair.
Healthcare mentioned.
Monsters never die. You know that I want you, and you know that I need you. Put your paws up and sing it, Monday!
We're on our way to the after party. Cat.
Trans people deserve love. The queer community deserves to be lifted up.
Okay, I don't know how much you can hear with the wind, but we've just finished filming. Owen's doing a lovely fan project for Vanish Into You, and we have just been filming in this lovely park. The weather has been exceptional, as you can see, and we're all very warm and
so warm.
Yeah, have not been struggling in the cold. But yeah, we're going to take a group little photo. But everyone say hello. Last night.
The category is dance or die. Come on, London, turn it up! Put your fucking hands up! Eat a sip.
I get to see you all. I get to spend all this special, special time with you. This place where I've dreamed so much, been influenced by so much art that has come out of the UK, music, fashion. And most of all, the kindness and all the people. I always feel really emotional when I get out here to the piano, and it's a joke, but it's not really a joke that I don't really have time to cry during the rest of the show, so when I get here, I just like really lose it, because I get to be so close to you, we get to talk for just a second. I don't know, how many of you have been to one of my shows before? Thank you. Welcome back. And who hasn't been here before? That makes me feel so lucky. Thank you for coming to our show. I've been playing some songs every night from my album, The Fame Monster. That was a very important album for me because it was after my debut record, and you know, everybody was like, oh, can she do it again? And I don't actually know if I did do it again, but I did something else. I wrote this song about all my insecurities growing up. Actually, so many of my songs are about my insecurities. This is Dance in the Dark. Baby loves to dance in the dark. Stello. Girls, you will never fall apart. Diana, you're still in our hearts. Never let you fall apart. Together we'll dance in the dark. I know you wish that she was me. But I've got a tattoo for us that's sweet. Boys, please, how bad do you want me? Put your fucking hands up and yell. How bad, tell me. Do you want me?
It has been a full week since my Mayhem shows, and I feel like I'm only just recovering now. 3 shows in a week is very intense from a fan perspective. I mean, obviously it must be super intense for Gaga. She did 4 London shows and then went and did 2 more in Manchester the next week. So it's a lot. I don't envy Gaga and the dancers and everybody that's on tour with them for like how exhausting that must be, but it was amazing. I've written a list of notes because I had so much to say about the show, I just didn't want to forget anything. So first thing I wanted to talk about was how nice it was to take people that had never seen Gaga before to the show. So I took James, obviously we've been together since we were like 14, which is a really long time, but in all of those years he's never come to a concert with me because I'd always go with like other friends and stuff. So that was like a really nice experience to take him and like for him to see, I guess, this other side of me he doesn't normally see. And then I got to take my best friend Lizzie. We've been to see Beyonce together. We've been to so many shows together, but never Gaga. I think just Chromatica probably was too expensive because I was doing all of those like early entry packages and stuff. And she's not really been back since then because Joanne was cancelled. So yeah, we've not really had an opportunity to go together until Mayhem. So that was like really special. And then also Kana, like he's seen her once before. I think he went to the Born This Way ball, but that was such a long time ago. So even that was almost like inviting 2 of my like best friends and then inviting my fiance into kind of like a part of my life that they don't really get to experience. So it was really, really nice. I loved it. And I just knew, the thing is, I just knew that because the show is so good, like they wouldn't be disappointed. And like that was amazing. leading up to the show, I was asking Lizzie like what her song she was most looking forward to was, and she was like, I can't wait to hear Poker Face. And instantly, I don't know if you guys remember, after I went to Coachella, I was saying like Poker Face was my favourite on the set because of how she completely reimagined it. So as soon as she said that, I was so excited for her to see it, and I think you can see there's a clip of like the beginning of Poker Face starting where we're all freaking out. Yeah, that was just lovely. Absolutely love that moment. So yeah, if you're going to multiple shows, if you're lucky enough to go to multiple shows, I can't recommend enough like taking someone for their first time to see Gaga, because that was almost as much of like a positive for me as like me going, do you know what I mean? So that was just excellent. Can't recommend that enough. I noted down during one of the shows that the Gesaffelstein remix of Abracadabra, that sort of voguing dance section, to me was so interesting because it reminded me of why Gaga's shows were called balls to begin with. It's like a throwback to ball culture. It's loud and proud, and I know there's quite a few shows now in like modern tours that have a bit of a dance off section, like Beyonce did it for Renaissance. I think Ariana Grande's done it before, where the dancers do a bit of like a Vogue battle. To me, to see it happening on Gaga's stage was just so brilliant, because it's like, since she debuted, all of her shows have been the X Ball. It's been the Fame Ball, it's been the Monster Ball, it's been the Born This Way Ball, and now we're at the Mayhem Ball. And it was just kind of, to me, like a reminder, as there are so many moments in the show where she's just fiercely saying, without question, that the gay community is why she's here, and the gay community are what have inspired her and what have kept her going and what have kind of blessed her with the success she has now. It's all for the gay community, and it always has been. So to see like the voguing section happening with the Gesaffelstein part of the Gesaffelstein remix of Abracadabra was just, yeah, I don't know why that clicked for me then, but I was just so happy to see that. I think I mentioned before as well how impressed I was with like the camera work and the light up wristbands when she does Poker Face, the actual arena lighting up like a checkerboard. I think I talked about this in my Toronto vlog. Just so impressive. Another camera moment I love is during Alejandro, where Gaga like turns her back to the audience and is performing just for the camera, but you can see like her view of the arena behind her, and that I feel like is such an interesting perspective we don't normally get to see, so I love that moment. It's interesting, I was also thinking about like stadiums versus arenas. When I was editing, I think I came across one of her speech clips at the piano where she's talking about how she gets to see everybody during the piano moment and be close to everybody. And I think the amazing thing about the Mayhem Ball is it does translate well to a stadium because it is so epic, but it's also so theatrical that in an arena it just feels so intimate. Obviously I was lucky enough to see the show at Coachella and have now seen it 4 times in arenas, but it really works. It translates so well to that big epic scale. Like we saw Copacabana, like what was it, 2.5 million people singing along. That is just so epic, and the show is just so well thought out that it absolutely works for that. But seeing it in an arena is just a different vibe, and it's just lovely. It really is lovely. So yeah, I love this show, and I think I said it before, probably in one of my post-Coachella videos, that she could perform this same show for 20 more years and I wouldn't get tired of it. I think it's just so well thought out. Every moving part is just so well considered. So I really, really love this show. I want to talk about Vanish Into You a little bit because I think, I don't know, I feel like some of you want me to kind of voice a certain opinion on it, or want someone, maybe not me specifically, to kind of talk about Vanish Into You. I see other people kind of putting their opinions across. I feel quite conflicted about kind of what the Vanish Into You moment has become, because I think, yes, it is quite transactional to only kind of, Gaga's only interacting with people who are either like giving her flowers or a gift or signing something, and that does feel like quite a transactional fan experience. But at the same time, I feel like she's getting to interact with quite a lot of us at once, and it's all on her terms. So I feel like, as much as it feels quite, I guess, surface level sometimes, some of the interactions are probably quite surface level. You're not having a moment with her where she's like looking into your eyes and you're getting to talk to her, but like it's still a moment, and it's still a way for her to kind of reach a lot of people. Just her kind of like running and giving people high fives and stuff like she did at Coachella, that's enough. But she's actually taking the time to sign things, and I feel like that's probably, maybe it's a less triggering interaction for her than like selfies, because she's spoken a lot of times about how kind of having like a camera waved in her face or a phone waved in her face just doesn't feel good. I guess a signature she's getting to actually, you know, put her mark on work that she's created. People are having vinyl signed and things like that. So I guess that's an interaction she feels comfortable doing. It's quite controlled. I know obviously we've just had the Billie Eilish moment where someone at the barrier grabbed Billie Eilish really aggressively. I know there's obviously risk with like going into the crowd, but on the whole it's quite controlled. She has a security with her, everyone is behind a barrier, she can just skip anything she doesn't want to do you know what I mean? It feels like a nice way for her to still interact with fans in 2025 and not be so distanced from us, but in a way that she feels comfortable with. So that's what I quite like about the Vanish Into You moment. It's got me reflecting on like, what would my ideal Gaga interaction be? Because for me, I've done the waiting outside the hotel, and you know, I've had a few online interactions with her. I've been so lucky. I've not had nearly as much as some other fans. Like I've met her once, and I've spent many many nights, not recently, but like years ago, many nights like waiting outside of her hotel and like hours waiting outside of places that she was going to be appearing out of, and just haven't been lucky. I got lucky once. And to some of you, that's going to sound like, oh my God, that's amazing. You've met her, you've had your moment. And then to some of you, it's going to be like, oh, you know, I've met her like 10 times outside of her hotel, and I've got like 20 selfies with her. You know, everybody's different. For me, I feel lucky that I've had the experiences I've had. But at the same time, like looking at kind of what the Vanish Into You moments mean to people, I guess, yeah, it has me reflecting on like, what would my ideal interaction with Gaga be? Because now that I'm older, maybe I don't think I used to feel this way, but I feel this way now. She must meet so many people who just want to tell her like how much they love her and how much her work has impacted them. And for me to have that conversation with her, it must be nice to hear, but she must hear it from every single person she meets. So it really is just, it's, I want to be really careful with how I word this, but for me to meet Lady Gaga and just tell her, I love you so much and your music has done this for me and whatever else, that's quite like a selfish interaction on my part. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's still just as transactional as just getting a selfie or just getting something signed, because I'm just kind of using her time to benefit myself. Do you see what I'm saying? Not to say that fan interactions should be any different, because ultimately it's a fan celebrity dynamic. So it's not as if like it's not realistic to say, oh, my dream interaction would be for like us to have a conversation and her to tell me about this, because at the end of the day, I'm a stranger to her. So there's also that element of it. But to answer my own question, I think really what my dream interaction would be, and I've mentioned it once or twice here and there, but I'm just putting it on the record here now so we've all got it. My dream interaction with Lady Gaga, definitely, 100%. Part A, I would love her to record a little intro for Starstruck, the podcast. I feel like when I'm saying you're tuned into Starstruck, I would love like to have a voice clipping of her saying that. That would be amazing. But really what I would love, part B, I would love to sit and ask her a few questions. I saw she did quite a few interviews with like smaller interviewers and things for Mayhem, and I really feel like if I'd have started YouTube a lot earlier, then maybe I could have been one of those people. Do you know what I mean? I think it's self-inflicted. I think as a creator, I'm not consistent enough with my content to really be kind of at the level where other people are, but it's an opportunity I'm still going to root for nonetheless. I think as much as everyone's kind of saying, oh, she's going to settle down and have a baby after this tour and we're not going to see her for years. First of all, we say that after every tour. I really thought that after Chromatica that she would be settling down, having kids, and we weren't going to see her for years. But we have Mayhem and we have so many acting projects that she's been doing. So I think as much as she is going to have that at some point, she is a creative and an artist through and through. And when you are a creative, that kind of instinct to do things doesn't just switch off. And I think she's actually going to find motherhood so inspiring that I think she is going to keep creating. So maybe it isn't going to be world tours, but I definitely think she's still going to be doing projects, whether it's just like releasing an EP or doing little cameos in films and stuff. Obviously, Devil Wears Prada was filming this weekend. She's obviously got like a small part in that and a small part that she had in Wednesday. I think she's still going to be doing a lot of things, and I think what Mayhem has been a bit of a wake-up call for her and for us, I think, is just how loved she is and what our relationship actually is with her. It's felt at times quite distant and quite strained, but I think it's almost like those walls have come down during the Mayhem era, and we, as a fan base with Gaga, almost kind of closer than ever, but in a way that's different to the old days where she would be on live chats with us and constantly meeting fans all the time. She's got boundaries in place now, but it's kind of like she's healed a bit and reconnected with us in a new way that feels really nice and feels really authentic. So, God, I forgot what I was even talking about at the beginning of this. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I would love the chance to sit down with Lady Gaga, whether it's for 5 minutes, whether it's for an hour, whether it's for 2 hours. I would love as much time as possible, obviously, but whatever it is, that's what I'm manifesting. I feel like I have some interesting things I'd like to ask her. I think you guys like listening to my podcast because I'm so obsessive about her that I already kind of know the background of a lot of things that she might get asked typically in interviews. I feel like we could get a really insightful interview if she came on my podcast. Anyway, that is like sky high dreaming, but I just, seeing as we're talking about Vanish Into You, I wanted to put it out there. Also, let me know, do you think I should do a whole podcast episode on the Vanish Into You stuff? Because I do think there is a lot to say about how fan and celebrity dynamics have like changed with the rise of social media and where we are now, and I don't know, maybe it could be an interesting episode. I am actually planning season 2 of Starstruck right now. If you've been missing my long podcast episodes, don't worry, it is coming back really soon. I'm in the process of talking to different people who are going to be guests and writing concepts and researching and all of that, because I want to give you a good show. But yeah, if you have any ideas or like special guests you would love to see, who realistically I can get in touch with, obviously we would all love to see Gaga guest on my podcast, but not quite there yet, I don't think. But if there's anyone that feasibly I could reach out to that you would like to see, then do let me know. What else did I have in my notes? Oh my god, the dead dance jump scare she keeps doing is excellent. I'm wondering if she's just doing that like in the lead up to Halloween. I wonder, like, once we get to Halloween, does it stop? I don't know, but I'm enjoying like Gaga keeping us on our toes every show. The first time, genuinely, I was filming, so the first time she did it, I wanted like a nice video of the end of Vanish Into You, like for my Instagram story or whatever. So I was just filming the end of Vanish Into You and waiting for her to do that bit where the Mistress and Gaga kind of like do that bow together. I was waiting for her to do that and she wasn't really doing it. So I kept filming like thinking, oh, is she going to do it when the song ends? And then suddenly she threw the gifts down and started doing the dead dance. That's how I managed to get that on camera the first time it happened. That video was stolen by God knows how many fan pages and whatever else, but it's fine. You guys saw me and David really struggling to learn that choreography in Toronto. I almost feel like the London shows, I had a point to prove to myself that I know the choreography now. And that's why every single clip you've just watched has a bit of me doing the dead dance choreography. I think I was even like accosting people at the after parties and asking them to film me doing it there. So I'm really sorry if that happened to you. The dead dance has non-ironically become one of my favourite songs. Honestly, I think it's just because it's been like almost forced upon me so many times that I now love it. It's a really fun song. I don't know what to tell you. The choreography is fun. Doing the dance is fun. The song is fun. I love how much she loves it. She looks like she's having a lot of fun performing it. So it's definitely become like a favourite Mayhem moment of mine. And I never thought, like, when I first listened to the song, I obviously enjoyed it, but didn't really like connect with it in the way I did with, like, you guys saw my reaction videos for Disease. And like, it wasn't like that where I was like, oh my God, I love this. But now all of a sudden it is. So that's kind of hilarious. I noticed as well, and you've probably noticed, I ended up filming the same moments every show I went to. And I think it's just, the show is so beautiful. I just was really drawn to certain points of it. I think the Garden of Eden dance break is just so incredible to watch. The paparazzi rainbow moment obviously is like one of the most beautiful things she's done. So yeah, sorry that I kept filming the same bits. But what can I say, it's an amazing show. Oh my God, and I got to hear So Happy I Could Die. It's like the one show, the one thing I was manifesting was hearing that song. I got to hear Dance in the Dark on piano twice. I got to hear Speechless on piano. I got to hear Hair and The Edge of Glory, which I heard in Toronto. But oh my God, getting to hear So Happy I Could Die, that is my favourite. I think of all of the live performances Gaga has ever done, be it on tour or at like an award show or a TV performance, whatever it is, I think So Happy I Could Die at the Monster Ball really is my favourite thing she's ever done, because it's just so ethereal and dreamy, and it just feels like you're in a fantasy. And I love the harps, and I love like the guitar. I love all of it. That arrangement, the Monster Ball arrangement of So Happy I Could Die specifically, like has such a special place in my heart. So seeing Gaga like do her encore and walking out to So Happy I Could Die, and she was crying during it, and I was just, it was a really, really special moment. I feel so lucky that I was there for that. Especially because the final show, I wasn't originally planning to go, and then I just had a bit of a moment of madness with Kana, and we decided to get last minute tickets. And yeah, I don't want to talk about how much we spent, but like almost wasn't there for that, and that was crazy. The other nights I went to, she did Monster and she did Telephone, and what was so cute about those, I'm sure you've already seen, but she was like doing the choreography she used to do, which was just, it feels so full circle. Dance in the Dark, I noticed the second time she performed it, she sounded much more like confident than the first time, unless that was all in my head. But I do have a full video of the second Dance in the Dark performance she did. If you do want me to upload that, I can. Obviously, I uploaded the first night already separately. Oh my God, and almost forgot to talk about, I met so many of you and it was so lovely. Whenever I get recognised out and about, it feels really nice. I'm a Leo, I'm comfortable saying I'm a bit attention seeking and I love attention. I love being like the centre of whatever. That's me, that's fine. I know it's like stroking my ego or whatever, but genuinely it is really, really lovely when people come up and they say they've seen me on TikTok or YouTube or whatever else. I met a lot of you, and it was really, really nice. I feel like I've had a good year, and I'm excited for whatever's next, but like it was just like really lovely. So that was a highlight. And sorry if we took a photo and I was a bit loopy. I was definitely enjoying myself at the after parties, so sometimes I wasn't in best state to be taking pictures, but I I didn't want to say no to anybody, but yes. Sorry about that if you saw me at my best self, living my best life kind of phase of the night. Apologies for that. I obviously have one more show left, unless she comes back to Europe again next year, which I think is possible, but I'm not thinking of it as confirmed. The show I have next month in Antwerp could be, and is likely going to be, my last Mayhem show, and I'm glad I have one more, because that week was such a whirlwind. I feel like I would have like really bad post-concert blues now if that was it. So I'm glad I have one more, and I'm glad it's like a month away, less than a month away now. I have a month basically to make an outfit, decompress, reset, have a bit of a break, and then go back and just really like take it all in for one last time. We've got early entry tickets, so hopefully I'll be at the barrier. I think I am actually, for the right side she walks down for Vanish Into You, but I'm not manifesting right now a Vanish Into You moment, because maybe I'll take something and see if it gets signed, but I'm not like setting my heart on these things. I've seen a lot of fans get disappointed when they assume being on the barrier or being in a certain spot means they're going to have their moment with Gaga, and then it doesn't happen and they're so disappointed. I've learned early on, been here a while, not to kind of get my heart set on these things, and then I'm not disappointed when it doesn't happen. So yeah, I'm going to think about that one. And also it will be my first show where it's like general admission and not floor seats. I don't know how I feel about the floor seats. That's something else I might unpack in a separate Starstruck episode or something, or maybe when I go live. I'm going live in a few weeks again, so we can talk all things Mayhem and make my costume for Antwerp. But yeah, I'm excited to have one more show left, and luckily I don't get FOMO if the shows are like far away. I had really bad FOMO for London, which is why I ended up getting last minute tickets for 2 of the shows. But if it's like in Manchester or Paris or somewhere that feels further away, I don't get that like crazy FOMO that I get when Gaga's in London. So you're going to see me hopefully being a bit more responsible in the next coming weeks. Because I think when I say that, oh, I'm not doing any more shows, I think some people are thinking, yeah, I'm going to see you in Paris or I'm going to see you in Amsterdam. No, I really don't have FOMO for that, unless any brands are watching and would like to send me. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to invest my own money into going to like my God, I would have done 5 Mayhem shows, 6 if you include Coachella. I don't need to see 7, 8, 9, as I say, unless any brands want to take me there. Or unless she comes back in 2026, that like almost doesn't count because it's so far away. Anyway, I've been rambling a lot, but yeah, I guess just to say thank you so much always for tuning into my stuff and all your support and my content and everything, because I wouldn't have had this amazing year I've had so far if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be able to go to all the shows I've gone to, and it makes the experience just exciting, seeing lots of you and partied with lots of you, and that was really fun. So yeah, just thank you. Big love from me, and also thank you to Gaga. I don't think this video will make its way to her, but if it does, Mayhem is really incredible as an album, and the show is just 10 out of 10, truly. I wouldn't get tired of seeing it 7, 8, 9 more times, truly. I'm not going to because I can't afford it, but I wouldn't get tired of it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Best wishes and kisses, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye bye.